Quality of service is an issue uh, that receives a lot of attention in TRAI, thanks to our chairman, and that is an issue that we mostly discuss. Other things become sometimes take backseat because it's very important for us to discuss quality of service. Before I go into some other details, let me tell you, we have got very good regulations as far as fixed line service performance is concerned, and also cellular mobile service performance is concerned. And what happens in TRAI is that these regulations are observed, followed by the telecom service providers. They give monthly and quarterly data to us, which we publish in our reports, and we have got independent auditors who are appointed, not just for the network performance but also for billing system performance. They submit their reports. They actually go to the sites, enter into the equipment rooms of the telecom service providers, and in case of any non-compliance, there are penalties fixed, and we impose penalty very strictly. In fact, it runs into crores in some of the quarters. So now the issue of performance of wireless data is slightly tricky. I will explain it in technical terms subsequently, but before that, I would like to comment on one of the observations that Dr. Shah made. It was regarding the CDMA system. What happens is that in CDMA we say there is a graceful degradation of the network. This is the term used for CDMA. And so therefore, when there is too much of pressure on the network, the call quality comes down, data rate comes down. But then simultaneously what happens is that when there is a pressure, the network starts breathing. Breathing means the coverage area shrinks. So there is always a penalty in technology when you try to deal with power and bandwidth in the network. There is similar arrangement in GSM technology also, and that is that when the network is loaded, it can switch on to what is called as half rate coding. Half rate coding is equally good. Quality of service, the speech quality is equally good. There is no problem. So as far as the technology goes, both the technologies, both the standards have more or less common features. Now most of the standards regarding quality, they have been laid down, and all the data that you see, most of the data which is available in the report jointly prepared by CUTS and IT Delhi, is that these standards are for fixed line. They are not for mobile systems. Reason being, it is very tricky to fix some of these standards of quality for the mobile network. That is the reason, if you read our 2012 regulation, it has got what is called as explanatory note. I have a copy of this, we can discuss. We have explained as to why it is very difficult to arrive at a minimum speed and say that, look here, this will be the speed. Now, during the presentation, it was shown that in GSM, the download speed is 144 kbps. Okay, and in one of the slides, it said the CDMA is 21 point something megabit. It emanates from the standards making body itself. ITU itself says that the 5G will be hundreds of gigabit of download. That does not mean that each customer gets 100 gigabit. What happens is that in an area, this is divided into the number of users, and as and when the number of users increase, it statistically the bandwidth received by individual customer, it goes down. So that is the limitation why it cannot be really said that how many people are going to stand there before that antenna or tower and start downloading, and how much of a speed will be guaranteed. You have done your tests on a 2G network. Basically, 2G network has not been created for data, let me tell you very clearly. The original standard of 2G was for voice only. Then people realized that there is need of data. It was supporting only a data of 9.6 kilobit per second. Just imagine. And somebody had Bill Gates had told sometime that if the computer RAM becomes 640 kbps, that will be the ultimate. Mankind will not need it for next 100 or 200 years. So at that time, when 9.6 kilobit data feature came in GSM network, it became very fanciful. People started saying, why not we run fax machine on this? Though it was very difficult to run fax machine on 2G standard. Subsequently, when the pressure came, they started using a technology called GPRS. And using the GPRS, it was possible to have 144 kbps. But this cannot be guaranteed, let me tell you. So whenever we make the measurement for the data speed, latency, and so on and so forth, we should focus on standards starting from 3G to 3G and above. Now come back to 3G itself. As a technology, it has not succeeded world over, and specifically in India, because we deployed our 3G networks in 2100 megahertz band, which has got very poor, relatively poor propagation characteristics as compared to 900 and 1800 megahertz band. If you go to Japan and subscribe to 3G service, you'll find fantastic data speeds in 3G, because they run their 3G in 900 megahertz band. But let me tell you that there are certain limitations as far as wireless technologies are concerned. Now, as our chairman was saying, that the issue of high rises can be easily tackled if we have what is called as in-building solutions. We have been pushing for in-building solutions. Now, in India, what is happening is the service provider who enters into a multi-story building, he becomes the main service provider there. It doesn't permit other service providers to enter. If that is the situation, then the coverage will become very difficult. Now, we have come out with a consultation paper. More or less, we have closed this process. We are going for open house debate on 30th of this month. What we are suggesting is that the service provider should be in a position to share the infrastructure within a multi-story building, so that consumer has an option to use whatever service provider he uses, and also he has the coverage. Now, in most of the countries, because of fixed mobile convergence, what happens is when you enter your building, you move over to your personal landline connection. Your call is automatically switched to your landline connection. You should not depend on the coverage from the cellular providers who have huge antennas and towers and radiating a lot of power. So if you do this, there's a lot of conservation of the spectrum, so to say. You leave the spectrum behind for others to use. It does not require huge amount of power, so that the last room in your apartment is also getting coverage, and also you get fairly good quality of service. Now, TRAI has got a portal called Analytics Portal. If you have the Wi-Fi here, we could discuss that. Is it there? Can we go to the TRAI website on this? Okay. So we will come back to it while this is being set up. Apart from what is called as the application for speed, MySpeed, which is a crowdsourcing application, as chairman was explaining, we have also the call drop portal, wherein the data comes from the service providers, and you can go up to the BTS level and see what is the call drop rate there, and then you can also see at larger level, the district level, state level, pan India level. And you were talking about grading of the service providers. Directly grading of the service providers sometimes may become a very tricky subject. But what we have done in case of MySpeed is that at the end of it all, you can see who are the best three performance as far as the speed is concerned. So this is some kind of a rating indirectly that we have achieved, and it is a data that comes from the consumer himself, so that nobody can say that the service provider or the regulator has meddled with the data and tried to disturb the settings. So similar thing can be done also for the call drop, because call drop data comes from the service provider himself, and it's also possible to take this data automatically. What we are trying to do is that we will shortly launch an application in which I can explain one or two things in this before I proceed. You see on the top there are three, MySpeed, Drive Test, and QS Portal. Just click the MySpeed, please. Yeah, select any service provider here.
You put the cross, you can.
Yeah. Or you can remove that cross itself. Now, if you can see here on the bottom left corner, 3 top performance pan India basis they are shown. If you go to a circle, that is one of the states out of so many 22 or so, it should be possible for to check this for each state. Who are the top 3 performance in that state? Okay, and if you go to a particular locality for 2 kilometers radius, it gives an average speed of download, and this is getting populated. More and more people are downloading the MySpeed application and uploading the results. So, over a period of time, we'll have, let's say, hundreds of billions of data samples, and this will give a very fair, portrayal of the network performance across the service providers. Now, let's go to the other portal, QS. वो ऊपर जो हाँ उस पे करिए. Yep. You can show the drive test also. Now we are doing independent drive test where TRA officials are going to various routes, and for different cities, those green color dots you are seeing, those cities have been covered during the drive test. We are doing this quarterly. It is done independently by TRA officials. The data is there for everyone to see. You can see what is the rate of call drop in individual areas, where are the network congestions, how much percentage of network has been utilized. The chairman was saying that we should normally have 60 to 70% so that there is enough room for growth over a period of time. But we find that at many places the network is choking because of number of customers and less investment in the infrastructure as such. So you can, on top, you can select the reports and select the city. Yeah, you can select the city. There are so many cities for which data is available. You can see the report, very detailed report. It also shows the coverage level, call drop, the very many things that you can see. Now let's go to the third portal, QS portal. This data comes from the service providers, but one important thing that everyone has to appreciate is that whatever data comes from service provider, sometimes somebody may have feeling that it could be a tampered data, but it cannot be, because we are auditing data, and in case of any problem with the data, there is very severe fine. So no service provider can afford to submit bogus data to us. Now here also you can go to individual states and actually see the call drop. You can select a place. Why don't you select a place there on the let's say cannot place. Yeah. That's all. You gone to Jaipur. Yeah. These are the towers, and on the bottom left there is legend. You can see that what is the call drop rate in that area in terms of percentage. You can go to individual areas also. You see that red dot you're seeing on the right corner, right bottom. Yeah, there it is in the range of 2 to 3%. The call drop is in the range of 2 to 3%. So
5%.
Yes, sir. No, that color is not completely. Yeah, this should be in the range of more than 3%. Okay. So apart from this, we are going to launch an application in which at the end of call you have an option to rate the call. Okay. You will have an option to rate the call, and customer, if he is finding it very annoying, that he can disable this also. More or less the framework is ready. It's only a matter of time before we actually finalize it and launch it. That will be again a crowdsourcing application through which there will be a lot of data, and obviously there will be the kind of the rating of the service providers automatically without ourselves saying. It will be the consumer who will rate the service provider and say that, look here, this service providers call quality is good or bad. Okay. Now coming back to, can I have another 4 or 5 minutes? So now what is happening is that our service quality standards, they take into account the average for the entire state and also for whole month. And this has been a problem, because what happens is that when there is actual requirement and you found that network is not there, you will feel very bad, feel agitated. Whereas over the entire state, over a period of 30 days, it will average out and it will be within the limits. So although you did not like the performance of the network at certain period of time, but still the network meets the requirement of the quality of service. So we have come out with a consultation paper. The consultation is still open. You can submit your comments, those of you who are interested. We are trying to see that if the stakeholders suggest us, we are trying to tighten those standards further so as to ensure that quality of the network improves further. As far as the consumer survey reports are concerned, there was some comment that the consumers feel that the data is lost without them actually consuming it. What happens is that mostly you are using this data on your mobile phone, and if you and 90% chances that you have an Android phone, and when you are on Android phone, Google is downloading so many things without your knowledge that you will not know. Yesterday I was in Claridge's, we had a function, and I was on my phone data, because Geo data is free. I was on phone data. I didn't use Wi-Fi of Claridge's, but when I came back, there was a icon of Claridge's hotel on my phone in the morning. So this can happen. Now, without your knowledge, there is so much of download going on. Okay, so it is not necessarily by the service provider that you use 100 megabit and he has charged you for 125 or 150. It is because on the background there is so much of pushing of data from Google and other private applications that you have downloaded. Apart from that, there is also an issue of inadvertent downloading of data when you visit a website. So we are actually working on this issue. Today only it has been finalized by chairman. We are getting IIT Hyderabad involved in this study, and we would like to study how much of data which is unknowingly downloaded onto your devices. So hopefully we'll have a report in a month's time and we'll be able to publish it on the website. You talked about bandwidth and speed. I think bandwidth is not really relevant here. Service provider does not guarantee bandwidth. He has to guarantee speed, and I am also concerned only about speed. I have got nothing to do with bandwidth. There is nothing like bandwidth allotted to a consumer. The bandwidth is with the service provider, and out of that he provides the download speed. So let's not get confused. If the consumer is not aware of difference between bandwidth and download speeds, I think it is not his fault, and he need not know also. As far as awareness about the activities of TRAI, I'd like to say that we have done more than 300 what is called as consumer outreach programs in various towns all across the country. And in these programs, we go there and tell them lot of details about the various data plans, the tariff limits that have been imposed by TRAI. Nobody should charge you more than this. A host of issues. I will ask you a question. Can you switch off your mobile's data, disable your mobile's data from service provider? You can, by sending an SMS on 1925 to your service provider and just say stop. Your data service stops, and you say start, and it starts. Okay. Now in these programs, we say it. We have published lot of advertisements. There have been jingles running on the FM radio for many days. But despite that, people in NCR are not aware. So if the West Bengal performance is poor and the consumer feels that he is not aware, I can have sympathy with him. That's all I can say. But as far as TRAI is concerned, we are very conscious about it. We have got lot of consumer affairs program. There are consumer advocacy groups. There was a recommendation about that also. There are consumer advocacy groups. We have a very simple procedure of enlisting them. They are working for us. In fact, they have been made partners in some of the consumer dispute redressal mechanisms also. There is a mechanism by which the service provider, though we are not fully satisfied with this arrangement, but it is in place that service provider has got first level of resolving the dispute, billing dispute, etc. with the consumer. Then there is an appellate authority, and the appellate authority, one of the members of the consumer advocacy group remains as a member to finally sign and dispose of the complaint. So these practices are already in place. And as far as university collaborations is concerned, we invite IIT Delhi to have a memorandum of understanding with us. We would like to run projects with you. We will be very happy to partner with you. Thank you very much.